Okay. Now, again, there's several options. All right, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it two ways. One day or today we're gonna use proportions to solve, and then tomorrow I'm gonna maybe show you how to use an equation. All right. So yes, but you better hurry because you're gonna miss something. All right. So now what I'm gonna do is today, because I have a lot of explanation. All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna 6-5. Where's D slots? He must be really sick. Yeah. 34, 348, 1 through 30. All right. But again, please. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay. Just listen. All right. I have right now. What percent of 100 is 25? Now, Carter, you really have to listen, man. I'm not sure what you're doing. Come on, guys. You know my feelings. Get your pencil. Get your calculator. Get your own paper. That's what you're doing. I don't care what section it is. It's not important. What's important right now is the problem. All right? Now, again, I'm trying to explain things so this makes sense. All right? So when you're looking at this, it's asking for a percentage. Does everybody agree with that? All right? Now, what I tried to remind you is, and you don't have to write any of this thing, you don't have to write anything down, you just have to really concentrate on what I'm saying. I'll show you how to do the problem, but I want to show you what we were talking about is a percent. All right? To find a percent, I always try to remind kids that the percent just means it's the part divided by the whole. It's the part divided by the whole. Now, the reason why that part divided by the whole is not a percent is because the whole is not always out of what? 100. You got to listen to me. All right? The whole is not out of 100. So if I said to you 3/4, you wouldn't be able to tell me that that's 3%. Right? That's definitely not 3% because it's not out of what? It's not out of 100. Now, I want you to be able to tell me that 3/4 is equivalent to 0.75. Now, the reason why you convert a fraction to a decimal is because you can see the percentage easier. Because the percent is out of 100. Hear me now. And this is the what? That's the hundredths place. That's the hundredths place. So you can quickly convert 0.75 because you remember in third grade when you learned decimals, 0.75 is the same as what? 75 out of 100. It's 75 hundredths. That's the literal interpretation of 0.75. And so now that I have it over 100, I know that that is what? That is 75%. All right? Again, 3 is the part, 4 is the what? 4 is the whole. All right, now I need you to sit up. I need you to really concentrate on what I'm going to say. Your job right now is to try to figure out which one is the part and which one is the whole for what percent of 100 is 25. Everybody's hand should go up. Your job is to look at 100 and to look at 25. And to try to tell me which one is the whole and which one is the part. Based off of the question. Based off the question. What do you think? 100% correct. All right? I can't explain that very well. I can't explain how to read very well. All right, so that's why I'm trying to explain to you up here. If somebody says, what percent of 100? is 25. So I would want you to know that 100 is the whole and 25 is the what? Is the part. Now again, like I said, reading that, come on now, again, part of one of the most important things we talk about is decimals, percents, and fractions. You have to be good at those. If you're good at those, I can teach you any math. All right, put your hand and listen for 1 second. And
It's not really.
What?
You could just say since 100 is bigger than 25.
No, that's not true, and that's a good point. I was going to say, just because it's bigger, where I know it seems weird that how can the whole be bigger than the part? And let me give you an example. I mean, how can the part be bigger than the whole? I'll give you an example. So, and I'll just say I was doing such a good job that my boss gave me a raise. Right? So my boss could have given me a raise bigger than my original salary. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if I was making $10 an hour and he said, man, you are really good at what you do. I don't want you to go anywhere. I'm going to pay you $50 an hour instead of $10 an hour. I am now making more than I used to the whole. All right? Everybody with me on that? All right? So again, don't just look at the numbers. Don't just look at the numbers. All right? Now, I'm going to now teach you an easy way to remember what's the part and what's the whole. All right? And once you figure this out, this is very easy. I mean, in the future, you won't do this as much this way because I want you to think about the numbers better than this. But this is a sure way to always get it right. All right? Now, we say that is the part and of is the whole. All right? Now, again, that's just a shortcut to try to remember that. All right? So when we write a proportion, is on the top of the fraction, of is on the bottom of the fraction, and that is equal to the percent out of what? 100. So that's how you're going to set these up. All right, that's how you're going to set these up.
But could you do like, so if you knew it was 25 over 100, could you, let's say, like, could you make it to like 100 per week?
Yeah, we're going to talk about all of that. I promise you. We're going to talk about all of that. Right now, it's just about understanding now this process right here. That's what I'm trying to get you to realize. All right? So now, if I'm doing this problem, it is going to be written as, do I know what the percent is? No. So that's going to be n over 100 is what? 25 out of 100. Everybody with me on this? Now, do I really want you to solve that, or I just want you to tell me that 25 out of 100 is what? It's 25 what? Percent. Now remember, they're asking for a percent, guys. They're asking for a percent. So the answer must be what? 25%. Now, the only reason this is the answer is because the denominator is a what? It's 100. Thank you very much. Because the denominator is 100, the numerator is the percent that we're looking for. Now I want to discuss question number 2 for a second. Give me a second. On number 2. Now, what percent? Because they're asking for a percent, I automatically want you to write n over 100 is equal to. Now remember, it's is over of. So it would be what?
4 over 5.
4 over 5. It would be 4 over 5. Now again, the 4 is with the is, and the 5 is with the of. All right? Now again, I don't care about cross multiplying here because I kind of want you to say, hey, to make a 5 100, I multiply by what? I multiply by what? 20. So if I multiply by 20, that becomes 80 over 100, which is the same as what? 80%. It is the same as 80%. All right, is everybody hearing me? All right. Now, again, I'm going to do this a couple times. All right, then I'm going to kind of see how you're doing with it. Now, what? It always is over F.
You have to do it.
I don't care what letter you choose. I really don't care what letter you choose. All right, so let me go ahead and copy the next one and see how you're doing. All right. All right. Okay, so we're looking at question number 3. For question number 3. All right. Now, again, we're setting it up. Now, just so you can see it, again, n over 100 is over of. Did I see that? So 6 is, where does that go? It goes where is. So it would be 6 over
No, not over X.
n,
And then the N over there.
and then 10% is your 10 over 100. All right? So again, I'm telling you, you got to pay attention now. You got to pay attention. All right? Now let me highlight again to make sure you understand. The 10% always goes out of what? 100. So that's why I did 10 out of 100. Does everybody hear me? Is. The 6 is with the what? Is. That's why is considered the part. And we're looking for the what? The whole. Now, again, I'm going to blow this up just a little because I'm not good at English. All right? But I know this. Look and listen, see if you understand me. Because this is the most important part. All right? Setting it up is over of, percent over 100 is nice because it always gives you the right answer. But I'm also trying to see if you can, everybody needs to pay attention and read. 6 is 10% of what number? So is 6 the part or the whole? It's got to be the part.
Yeah.
Do I agree? But 6 is part of what? Is what the question is.
Oh, yeah.
Did I see that? All right? They don't give the total on this one. All right? You see that now. Guys, listen, that's important because we're going to get into word problems, and the word problems don't always have is of. All right? So you got to listen to what I'm saying. Part and whole. 6 is what part of the whole? That's kind of what they're asking.
I still don't get why you put the 10 on top of that.
Oh, because what does percent mean? So that says 10. You just said it. Listen to what you said, Emma. You said 10 out of 100. That's what 10% means. We're just converting it to a fraction. 6 is not a percent.
Oh, okay.
Right? 10%. That's 10 out of 100. That's what that means. We're creating equal fractions. You hear what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All right? So again, it's going to take some time. That's what I'm saying. You got to be patient. You got to listen to what I'm saying. Yesterday was easy. Today requires a little more thought. All right. So now, is everybody here with me on this, right? So now, does everybody remember we cross multiply, right? So everybody should be able to tell me 10n equals 600. Divide both sides by 10. So n is equal to what? 60. No, the number is 60. So listen, we're not finding a percent this time. We're finding a number. 60 is the number. You with me? We're not finding a percent. Sometimes you find a percent, sometimes you find a number. A percent is part to whole for sure. I think everybody knows that. Yes, ma'am. No. Tomorrow I'm going to show you, I think, a better way, but I still need to teach you what exactly this is related to. Meaning, you have to understand percent is part to whole. And is just corresponds to part, and of corresponds to what? The whole. You hear me on that? I need you to see that. You'll be much better at numbers if you understand parts and wholes and the relationship. All right? So now, everybody take a look at number 4 now. Thomas, you want to try to set it up? Come on. How do I set that up? Hold on a second. I'm going to do this real quick. Here's how you should be writing it down. It's percent over 100 equals is over of. So where does 8 go? That's exactly right. It doesn't go with the percent, does it? It goes where the is. So we're going to erase the is, and I'm going to put what? 8. That's correct. Very good. Very good, buddy. And the percent is what? What number goes for the percent? Exactly. Come on, Thomas. That's excellent. Everybody can do that. Yeah, and then it's just basic cross multiplication.
I'm writing this down just for my notes. So what was the 8?
Is. Right? This was is. And this was of. So now we have 20x equals 800. So x is equal to 40. Is everybody okay with that? And again, I'm expecting you to be pretty good at cross multiplying and dividing. I'm letting you use your calculators. It's not really a big deal because I care more about that you can do what? Set it up. Everybody hearing me? All right? So now I'm on number 5. All right? So now number 5, I'm going to move these out of the way. All right, Leighton, let me see if you can set up number 5 for me, buddy.
Okay. So for number 5, it would be 9 over 50.
You are awesome.
Is equal to
For L for Leighton, good. Over
400. And then so then you just cross multiply.
right, and I would have.
So that would be 18. Yeah.
Everybody happy with that? Now it's 18 what though?
Oh, 18%.
18%. How did I know it was a percent this time?
Because it said like what percent?
It says what percent. It says what percent. All right. Carly, you get to do number 6. What are you thinking, kiddo? Do you want me to write the formula? Good. Good job, girl. Wow, nice. Very nice, guys. All right. Cross multiply for me. I mean 2,700. Sorry. So what is it? 90. I'm totally happy. Yes, thank you. Very smart. 90%. All right, I'm totally happy. Yes, I'm going to go around the room. All right, let me pull the next up.
So I just totally blanked out. So
That's okay, girl.
2,700 divided by what?
What did you divide by, Carly? Tell her.
Oh, I remember.
All right, here we go. All right, I got number 7. Aiden, tell me, buddy. You're awesome, buddy. That's very good. What happened? Right? Is that a percent or is that a number? Number. Very important, guys. I want help with number 8 now. Yeah, go. Good job. Come on. You can, but it's okay. All right. Exactly. Exactly.
So
okay.
Number that answers a number.
Exactly correct. All right, now look, number 9. So the reason why I don't like to teach kids is over of is because not all word problems are set up as is over of. And this is an example. All right, so brother, I want you to try to listen to what I've said, and I want you to try to tell me what I would have to do for this problem. Now, a rate, I want to make sure you guys know what I'm saying. When somebody says rate, they're asking for a what? Percentage. So you got to think rate is a percentage rate. So how do I do this one? Do you know? And it's okay not to know. Why do you think 960 over 100? That would make it a percent. Is 960 a percent? No. Tell me.
960 over 120.
Now, listen to what he's going to say now. And listen how it makes sense. Tell me.
So it would be $9.60 over 100.
Why?
Oh,
Nope.
because $9.60 is a part of 100.
Yes. Very, very good. Hear me now. That's how I want you to think about numbers. Listen to me. When you take a percentage of something, you're taking a part of this. Do you agree? And so you're going to pay part of the $120 for what? Tax. Everybody hear me? So now what I want everybody to do is I want everybody to understand for that problem, he said it brilliantly, 9.6 over 120. Now we're looking for the percent, right? So you can say n over 100, but I don't want you to do that. I want someone to tell me what 9.6 divided by 120 is. Tell me what that is. Come on, chop, chop.
It's a 0.096.
Go. 0.08. Now, they're asking for a percentage. That is correct. So you're paying 8% tax. So now, listen to me, you can understand better percentages, right? So this 960 is a result of taking 8% of 120. So what I want everybody to do now in your calculator is I want everybody to take 120 and multiply that by 0.06. What's 120 times, by 0.08?
It's 9.6.
Exactly. Look, and make sure that makes sense in your brain, right? So if I do 120 and multiply by 8%, I get 960.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So if I'm missing the percent, I take the part and divide it by the whole, and that gives me the percent.
Why wouldn't you do it like we normally do?
You can. I said that. You can say 9.6 over 120 is n over 100 and cross multiply.
Okay, so that's what I
Right? And you still get the same answer. Yeah, same answer. But I also want you to know, listen, the most important thing I want you to remember is the quickest way to find a percent is just do what? Divide. right? So now I want to look at this problem I did up here. Please look and understand what I'm saying. I'm looking for a percent, right? So for me, the quickest way, you're not listening, some of you are daydreaming, look up. Instead of cross multiplying, if I'm allowed to use a calculator, what's the best way to do it? 4 divided by 5. And 4 divided by 5 is what? 0.8. And 0.8 is the same as 80%. Does everybody understand me? I don't need to set n over 100. I know to just divide the fraction and move it over 2 places. Do you hear me on that? All right. So let me just get some more practice. All right. So I'm going to pull up the next 4. And then we'll just let people talk who haven't had a chance today. Okay. You're up. You're smart, buddy. And listen, notice what he did, guys. He didn't, if he's a little hesitating, it's better to hesitate, collect your thoughts, think about it. I'd much rather you think about it than just say something. All right, so he thought about it for a second to make sure it was right. So say it again now. Beautiful. Yes, good job. All right. And now when you cross multiply and divide, so x is equal to. Now listen, guys, I want you to hear me on this part too, because I'm trying to make you super smart. When you look at your calculator, I want you to be better. What does it say? 66.66, right? Yes. So we're going to say 66 and 2/3%. Why would I say that? Because you guys know 0.6 repeating is what? 2/3. If you rounded it to 66.7, would I care? No. If you rounded it to 67%, I probably wouldn't care that much. But if you're paying attention and listening to me, I know because you would write 66 and 2/3%. Because when you see 6's repeated, you know it's the fraction 2/3. Come on now, you're trying to be smart. I've been telling you that all year long, so at some point you got to start catching on, paying attention a little bit more. All right, what?
I was working a little, I got confused. How can it be 66.23?
I didn't say 66.20.
I mean, 2/3. If it's above 60. Oh, 60. Oh, percent.
All right, yes. Yes, number 11. 66 and 2/3. Look at your calculator. All right, go ahead, set it up.
16 over 48.
Beautiful.
And then 1600. And then x is 33 and
It's 1/3. 0.3 repeating is 1/3. Because remember, we said 0.3 repeating is the same as 3 over 9, which reduces to 1/3. Do you hear me? Because I want you to do this on your calculator. Everybody do this on the calculator. 1 divided by 9. 2 divided by 9. 3 divided by 9. 4 divided by 9. 5 divided by 9. 6 divided by 9. 7 divided by 9. 8 divided by 9. You're supposed to see the patterns, right? So if I say 1 divided by 9, it's 0.1 repeated. If I say 2 divided by 9, what's that? 2 repeated. 3 repeated is 3 divided by 9, which reduces to 1/3. That's how you're being smarter. You're recognizing patterns. That's the one important thing I always used to tell kids. I'm good at finding patterns and things. I may not know everything, but I can figure out the pattern. That's what I'm trying to show you here. Just like 6 repeating. We just did 6 repeating, and 6 repeating was what? 6/9. But 6/9 reduces to what? 2/3. Everybody hearing me? Good? All right, makes sense. Perfect. All right, you're up. Ava, tell me the next one. Okay, thank you.
Okay, it would be 9/3
Good.
is equal to
Perfect. So tell me, come on, boys.
900 divided by
Good job. That's how I would do it. Exactly. 20%. 20%. Is everybody hearing me? All right. Now again, guys, that's a really, really important day. Really important that you understand what I'm talking about. Percentages are parts to whole. Now, some people say percent means out of 100, but what have we learned? That it's not always out of what? 100. So you got to figure that out. All right, and to figure that out, you can make it a proportion, which is what we did. All right. Again, super, super, super important. So, guys, does anybody feel like they're not? Everybody's good, right? All right. A little confused. So, because you're a little confused, what we're going to do is tonight. I'm not going to make you do all of them, but I want the proportions set up. Is everybody with me? All right, which will take some time. So we just have to do the odds. 11 through 29 odds. 11 through 29 odds, but the condition is you have to set up the proportion. Once you set up the proportion, you can use your calculator to solve that. Right? And then when you come to something repeated, I want to show you something cool on the calculator. Do this for me on the calculator. Do 23 divided by 99.
It's 0.233.
You're supposed to say 23 repeated. Right? What if I said, what's 17 divided by 99? What do you think that is? 17 repeated. What if I said, watch this now, guys. Look how crazy. What if I said 230 divided by 999? 230 divided by 999. 230, 230, 230. Right? So I'm showing you the patterns. Right? Anytime you come up with some sequence of repeated decimals, it can easily be converted into a fraction.
Oh, we have 4 minutes extra.
Yeah. We have 4 minutes extra.
I'm so
All right. So you guys, good job. Make sure you get the odds done.